Welcome to the second part of our CBD For You series. I'm your host, That CBD Girl, and this podcast is brought to you by Quartz Trading Co., where you can find natural remedies for common problems. And as a courtesy disclaimer, please note that the FDA does not test nor approve CBD for medical use, and the statements made on this podcast are not intended to treat, cure, or diagnose any illness or disease. So last episode, we discussed who can use CBD and why, which we talked about animals, people, grandmas, kids, whatever. So this episode, we're going to dive a little deeper and about how the way it's used. And we have a guest speaker on the show today. Welcome, Heather.
Hello.
You can find Heather as Ginger Wifey on Instagram. And she is a mother of two, and she uses CBD in her family for many reasons. And one being on her kids. And so, Heather, do you want to tell us a little bit more about Valen, your son?
Yeah. My son's name is Valen. He's my youngest. He is what I like to call neurodiverse. He has been diagnosed autism spectrum disorder. I don't really like to say disorder because it's like negative connotation with it, but we don't see it as a negative thing in our home. So we have two sons. Our oldest, he is about to be 10, and then our youngest, Valen, who we're talking about today, is 7. He's going to be 8 in February, though.
Nice. And so you use CBD with your entire family. Here's some ways we can use it. We can use it sublingually, topically, or inhalants, vaping. What is your favorite way to use it?
We have used it with your CBD tincture. We've used it dropping it under our tongues. I've used it in my coffee. I've used it in like my water sometimes. It was right when I first started trying to use it, so I was experimenting in different ways. My favorite way that I use for myself and my family is the bath bombs. Those are the best way. For us, I believe, I just feel like we've seen the best results with the bath bombs.
Yeah.
The most relief, the most...
the quickest.
And it's the quickest, and it's easy, and it's fun. My kids love science. They already loved bath bombs, so this is just, bonus for them.
Yeah.
That it actually helps them.
I love doing it orally, but I feel the same. I feel like you really find the benefits more, quicker when you do it topically, which is through a bath bomb or lotion. And I don't know, it's more subtle when you take it orally. It's that thing you notice is working over time, and then when you use it in a bath bomb or something, it's
immediate relief.
Yeah, you're immediately relaxed.
I noticed that we all sleep better, that's for sure. Everybody sleeps a lot better. So my son Valen, he loves bath bombs. He loves color in the bath. He loves being in the water. So he will literally just spend a good 30 minutes. My son takes a bath every single night.
Do you ever have him grab it? And
he
feels all cold. Isn't that weird?
Oh, I was literally you posted that the other day, and I was like, that's a thing? Is that when they started doing ASMR and you learn that's what a thing, that's what's happening to your brain. So I was like, oh, is that a thing? That cooling sensation? And it is. I had to sit and think about it, and I'm like, dude, that's so crazy. Because I never put a name to it, the iciness or whatever. I never thought about it in that way.
Either.
And I was like, dude, I totally do that. My son does that. That's my favorite. I'll walk in and he'll let it float around for a little bit and pick it up. And that's his favorite too, is at the end, the little quartz one.
The little crystal at the end.
Yeah, we have our whole collection right there in our little shrine with our little Buddha. But I can't wait to try the ones with the little grow toys that you just made.
Oh my gosh, yeah, those
really
are so
try
cool.
Those. Valen's gonna love those.
Unfortunately, the toy takes 24 hours or 48 hours to grow.
Just leave it in the
but
back.
it's still cool.
To get a cool toy. He digs. My husband's a geologist, so he already likes rocks and gemstones and stuff like that. We already have rocks everywhere in the house. You've been here, you see nobody else can see this, but there's little rocks and stuff. So he loves at the end having that little token. So I really like that you do that, but I'm still excited. I want to try it either way.
Right? It's fun. So for our listeners, and what we're talking about is Quartz Trading Co., my company. We just released a new bath bomb, and it's called Just for Kids. It's a 20 milligram CBD bath bomb, and it is basically made for children. The essential oils used to scent it are essential oils specifically to help kids relax. So, yeah.
That's cool to see that, and that's something I want to try too, but that's like such a low thing. I think I've started all of us off like on your other one, like not like the ones that are catered to children, they're just like adult ones. So I'll add that, like, even if you don't try these ones and you would like to give the other ones to your kids, like, I feel like they're great. They're safe. You know, you use great quality ingredients. Everything's lab tested. So that's something that is important to me and my family, that I'm not just like giving them, you know, toxic chemicals that, like, when they get out, they're like, well, it was a pink bath bomb and now we're all pink, or it was all blue. Like, you know, it's
now
not,
my skin's blue.
Yeah. So, or it's not harming them in any way. My kids have really, really sensitive skin. They have allergic reactions to like different soaps and stuff like that. So that's something I was concerned on, and my kids have never had anything. Like, it's helped their skin. It's helped them. My son has so sensitive skin. He has like little dots, like kind of like little eczemas, like a little bit kind of like on his like shoulder, outer, like this little arm area, and those like get better with every use.
I feel like that's one thing with the CBD bath bombs. Like, obviously they're used medicinally, which brings up a lot of concern because people are scared about scents.
Yeah.
And because we use just essential oils, it's like, even if you're sensitive to scent, it's like a healing
it's a relaxing
compound from a plant also.
It's not going to irritate your skin. Unless maybe you're allergic to that particular...
unless there's like an allergy. But really, like...
They're great.
It's medicinal also. So, yeah. But one thing you mentioned, and I haven't given an update, just letting you guys know like what's going on in the CBD industry right now, because you mentioned lab test. There is actually a class action lawsuit going on right now.
Yeah.
And it's because they've tested some companies' CBD products and have found little or no CBD in them at all.
And that's crazy.
Yes.
Because that's something that's supposed to be, you know...
hurts my soul.
Yeah.
Like, I just, as a maker myself, as a healer, I just couldn't imagine doing that to somebody.
Yeah, they're just giving them their money and they're not even getting any relief.
And these companies are not
don't care.
companies. These are big time companies
that people trust.
This is what makes me super sad about. These are companies that even I will recommend as good companies. Like, if someone's
companies I've heard of, companies I've used, I know at least one of those brands.
I've talked to people and they're like, oh yeah, well, I'm using CBD already, but I'm interested in yours, and they'll tell me which company it is. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good company. You're fine. You're golden. They're one of the best. And come to find out, they're on this list.
That's crazy.
So I'm gonna blast them.
I would. People need to know. Like, you know, just
and these are,
what if they get all recalled, and then
these are the CBD brands that you're seeing in Target, Walgreens, your Whole Food stores, Lassen's. So we have Garden of Life soft gels, Charlotte's Web hemp oil extract, which that's the one I'm the most sad about, to be honest.
Yeah, that's like a really that brand. Those are like parents. They like made that stuff for their kid. Like,
yeah,
that's crazy. Like, people, so their market already is generally like aiming at people to help their children, and they're not even providing them the ingredient, the one freaking ingredient that their brand, like that's their brand. That's what they're trying to provide.
Right.
So they're selling. They're not even putting the active ingredient in their product.
Web is based on their story of healing a child.
Yes, that's like it's crazy to me. Like, how, and these are big brands that people trust.
Yeah. So Barlean's CBD oil, which I haven't really heard of them.
Honestly, I've never heard of that one.
Yeah. Curaleaf tincture, which I think I've heard of Curaleaf. I don't know if you have.
I've never heard of that one.
They're pretty big. But here's one of the biggest ones right here, besides Charlotte's Web. CV Sciences Plus CBD oil drops. So you might just have known them as Plus CBD.
Well,
which is like a plus sign.
Yeah, no, I've seen that one in the Whole Foods store because I do my demos, like, for different brands. So I've seen that brand in there.
So they actually import their CBD from Europe. So
I wonder what's up with that.
I wonder if, like, maybe it's less potent. So if you have one of these products, or if you've ever purchased one of these products, you can actually just like Google a class action with CBD, and they're asking you to fill out a form, which maybe you could get some money back for the product. But if you still have the product, save it, don't throw it out. They may want to test it and use it for the research. But these are the companies that they're looking into. And in other news, the USDA is also they're trying to pass a new law.
For what?
So, you know how there's like the legal limit of THC that you're allowed to have in a CBD product, which is 0.3%. Mm-hmm. So they're only just testing for the one cannabinoid.
Not all the
THC.
other ones.
There's also THCA.
Mm-hmm. That gets so too.
It's actually non-psychoactive.
Oh, well then never mind.
THC.
Edit that out.
THC turns into THCA, I believe.
Like what, after it's like activated or something?
Decarbonization.
So after something,
yeah.
look it.
So after it's activated with heat, it then turns into THCA. So that part is non-psychoactive. But the law they're trying to pass is basically stating that it has to be 0.3% of THC and THCA, which is like nearly impossible to do. And then the growers, they have to get their products tested within 15 days of harvesting, which harvests take way more than 15 days.
That's
way more.
You have to cure it.
You have to account for human error, machines breaking, or just stuff.
No, it's a long time. How much you have?
Yeah.
You can't maybe one plant in 15 days, and it still won't even be cured if it was one plant.
Right.
You can't do a whole crop.
So this is another thing that you can give your own 2 cents into. By December 31st, they're actually letting the public write into them. Oh, so so I'll include this in the show notes too, so like people can go click on the link and
get active in their community. You know, give your 2 cents, guys. It's only worth 2. So
I mean, unfortunately, like I don't know exactly what to tell you to say other than this isn't really achievable. Like this doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense at all to me. As someone who's a consumer and someone
who like our concern should just be for the psychoactive thing because THC is amazing. You know,
but if you're taking something that's CBD, you want it for the CBD benefits. You don't want it for the THC benefits.
Right.
So that's something that's important for labeling. That's something important for like what is it called? The testing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? That's I can't
like the potency and stuff.
The regulations. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's important to like have the labels and have it regulated because like. If you want to take something that's CBD, you want to know that it's just CBD. It's not going to get you high. If you want to take THC, I'm going to go buy something that has THC in it.
Right.
So don't be giving me something
like,
that doesn't have it in it. Yeah, exactly. Or give me something that's not going to have any in it.
Yeah.
Like, it's because if someone's selling something that's not regulated or has something in it, and then people are failing drug tests or whatever, getting fired from their jobs or whatever.
That's why it's all happening because of that trucker.
Nuh-uh.
It's like all stemming.
Okay,
all of this is stemming from the trucker. I think the class action lawsuit is stemming from the trucker because I don't know if you saw that article.
I didn't.
The truck driver who takes CBD every day, and he failed a drug test, and he takes a pure CBD, not a full spectrum CBD. So that was even more interesting because pure CBD is just
supposed to be pure
cannabidiol.
Yeah,
like doesn't have any other cannabinoid in there.
So where was he getting it from? What brand was he using?
I think he was using the Charlotte's Web.
No freaking
or something like that.
Who doesn't even have who doesn't even have CBD in it. Maybe it's just THC.
Well, I don't know. It varies. Each company's product they tested, like some had it in there, but not what they said. Or maybe some had full spectrum
enough
instead
discrepancy
of CBD.
for them to file a lawsuit and tell them to prove it or not.
I mean, the FDA has already been sending out warning letters. I talked about that in one of the first episodes. They sent a warning letter out to Diamond CBD.
You know, that's why it's important to be involved in their community, to be involved in the decisions that they're making, and reach out within your own community because and to do the research when you want to branch out into a medicine that isn't something that you can get prescribed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you can, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I remember the good old days getting my prescription via FaceTime.
Right.
with the doctor.
With the doctor.
Quote, unquote. Yeah. So I can't wait for the days that it's just like, that's, you know, I don't have to wait for it. Like, I'm an adult and that's just THC. We're talking CBD here. So like, I just personally feel like it's important to be involved in your community. I'm really happy that I found your brand through reaching out through the community.